Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. This is a game between FizBen and Kofu on Dusk Towers. This was sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. Gave it to my screeners, they selected this one, and let's get right on into it. On the top side of Dusk Towers, we have the red Protoss player. It is Kofu. And in the bottom side of Dusk Towers, we have the blue Zerg player. It is FizBen. With the Extractor first play. Hey! See, one base opening us. This is a silver level game based on the loading screen, which you didn't see. And that is because you may have also noticed this is the standard replay interface for StarCraft 2. Because there was a patch on Wednesday, it broke my ability to watch replays older than that using my Servant OBS interface, which I love so much and I will miss. But what that means is anything from Katowice, anything that was sent to me before then, and I try to cast will be on this replay interface and not Servant OBS. So we're going to miss some of the real estate that we're so used to having, which makes me sad, but we do get the 3D portraits back, which some people like. So some people happy, some people sad. What do? You make do with what you have. A simulator here with double gateway opening from Kofu, so planning on some Zealot action, I have to assume. Really need a Cybercore to do anything but that. And there's a Forge coming down. Is he gonna... at this level, I'd have to say these are going to be defensive cannons. Maybe some upgrades too, especially because there's no probe heading across the map right now. So it's not a canning and out type situation. Pylon coming up here too. Our friend Kofu trying not to get supply blocked. Overlord moving out for some scouting information. And yeah, one base play here with metabolic boost coming up. That timing... I think that timing was perfect. I think he got enough gas out of that extractor that he had 100 available for metabolic boost as soon as that spawning pool finished. And now he's got lings coming out. He has a queen. He has 4 lings. He's going to head on out. He wants to get some pressure on this Protoss player. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't a Nexus first or anything like that. This is a very, very safe one-base play from Kofu. Has some Zealots out. Those should be pretty useful against the lings, depending on how good FizBen's micro is. But yeah, just double pumping Zealots here. No upgrades whatsoever, but no, getting another pylon. No cannons. No cannons. There's the Cybernetics core. A little bit late, but we'll have to see how these Zealots can hold out against these lings. The lings are running metabolic boost. Is about 90% complete. And he's taking a hatch behind it. Very nice, FizBen. Pretty darn good for silver play, if I do say so myself. So here are the lings. They're checking to see if there's a Nexus here. There is not. Definitely not. And these Zealots are at the top of the ramp. I doubt they're on hold position. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I don't think they're on hold position, which is a problem if these lings try to get past them. So we'll see if FizBen's actually going to go ahead and try to do it. In the meantime, back home, there's a bit of an oversaturation here with workers, but that's okay. He has a hatchery coming up. He can transfer them too as soon as that one is finished. And he's going for a lair. Whoa! Lair mutation at 3 minutes. Meanwhile, the lings run right by those Zealots. They try to pick off a probe. They do get it. Oh, the speedlings are in. The speedlings are inside the base. This is so darn scary for our Protoss player. At this point, I mean, there we go. Now pulling the probes a little bit late, I'd have to say. Now he's just losing a ton of mining time. Another probe falls. Whoa! So running back around, the lings are just trying to find more stuff to kill. No, there's a cannon up now. Ouch. Now they're trapped. Now the lings are completely trapped in here. They're going to die to these probes. Probe's very happy about getting kills. Is that the one that got a kill? Oh, I lost him. I lost the probe. There he is. Probe with 1 kill. Very nice indeed. Units lost, 4 workers killed for 6 lings. That is definitely a fair trade. Right now, our worker count is 21 to 22. So Kofu was up, and now he's not. So just for 6 lings, was able to get a full scout off and kill 4 probes. Well played there by FizBen. 3 gateways out now. Chrono boosting out that warp gate research. Still not getting any upgrades, any more cannons. Just the one, which is in a weird spot. Actually, I think it blocks off the ability to harvest from that Vespene Geyser for Kofu. So maybe don't put your cannons there. If you are a lower level player, I would recommend against doing that. Throwing down pylons everywhere, though. Man, he's going to get coverage on his entire base with those warp fields, which is nice. I mean, if you want to warp in anywhere and you have the coverage, it's a good feeling. Overlord heading... Is that even... I mean, I can't tell if that's visible or not from the Protoss because he can't see it anyway, but I think that's not visible. I think that's invisible to our friend Kofu. Upgrades coming up here. +1 melee and +1 carapace for the Zerg. All right, so maybe going to go for some ling bailing type attacks, or maybe going to make a rush for ultras. That would be fun too. I don't think we've seen that in an Into the Void game yet, but in the meantime, just sitting here on these 2 bases. I like that he has 2 bases. I'd like to see him take a 3rd though, because at this point, Well, at this point, Kofu hasn't taken a second of his own, so this could be a crazy one-base, super delayed 4-gate, which has killed me on ladder before. I'm just going to say, as an Immortal pops out for Kofu, I saw the one-base play, I saw the gateways, I saw the timings, I said 4-gate, and then it didn't come, and I was like, alright, and I tried to drone up a little bit, and then I died, like 2 minutes later, because the 4-gate came later than I expected. It was weird. It was a really odd game. Anyway, wait, roaches, FizBen, wait. Why are you getting roaches, FizBen? Okay, so you have +1. There it is, +1, just finishing, which means you have... No, it's not finishing, just kidding, it's right there. So you have +1 on the way, but the +1 is not missile attack, as would benefit you here. It is instead melee attack. Are there any lings on the field? No. No lings at all. Okay, so FizBen is getting... melee attack upgrades and Overseer morphed in. I like that. You want to be guarded against Dark Templar. But is upgrading the lings he doesn't have. Okay. Alright. We'll see how these roaches manage to do. In the meantime, there's an Immortal up here. Immortals are very good against roaches. As a Protoss player, get Immortals. So fancy. 50 damage versus armored. Guess what? Roaches are those armored units. That is mentioned here on this tooltip. So as long as the Immortal can stay in the back and avoid taking hits from those roaches, I think he might be able to clean up fairly well against this attack, which is definitely coming now from FizBen. How many roaches are there? 11 roaches. Oh, there are some lings in there too. 6 lings, 11 roaches. Okay, so at least the lings benefit from the +1 attack. Getting +2 melee and +2 carapace, ground carapace, and glial reconstitution. Alright, so at least the roaches should have speed by the time they arrive. It's going to be close. It will be close. But it's 51 to 67 total supply. FizBen is definitely up at this point. The income tab, 35 to 33. Both players staying neck and neck. There's an expansion here for Kofu that just finished, and here comes the Zerg Swarm. Going to move right up this ramp, and the lings at the top are getting destroyed by these Zealots. But instead, the Zealots themselves are getting burned alive by that acid saliva, pushing right on in and focusing down Stalkers. No, no, no. You want to kill this Immortal first. FizBen, kill the Immortal, and Stalkers are dying, which is nice, but that Immortal, there we go. Now getting focused down by that many roaches. Did take a few roaches with him, but in the end does end up falling. It is 3 Stalkers versus 3 roaches. Who can win this battle? Looks like we're going to lose that Stalker, yep. And, oh, moving the wounded roach back. Look at that micro from FizBen. Nicely done. In the end, running away. Some good micro should be able to take care of these Zealots. Nope, not good micro. Loses the very wounded roach. Oh, and here comes a Void Ray. That's enough to chase off this number of roaches. If there were like 10 or 15, definitely not. But as it stands, enough to chase off 2 roaches without really too much trouble whatsoever. Using that prismatic alignment? No, not using prismatic alignment, which is something that players should try to use. It increases the Void Ray's beam to gain 6 damage versus armored units for 14 seconds. So excellent against roaches, which are armored. And here comes a ling run by, a ling sneaking run by. As he takes a 3rd base, FizBen pops up. Can the lings get in? Is there anything holding this? No, there's not. There's only a Colossus and 2 Zealots. Lings. Okay, so the lings decide not to engage there. I feel like they could have won that battle. And instead going to move into the natural base. And here they go. There's nothing to defend against them here. So many probes are dying. Oh, so many probes are absolutely getting massacred right now. The Zealots are trying to do what they can. The Colossus standing in the back, taking a lot of Zergling kills here. 4 Zergling kills. Oh, on top of the Stalkers, though. Stalkers warp in. Not a great place. You really don't want to have to deal with Zerglings as a Stalker. It's just not a great feeling. 10 kills on that Colossus, though. Single Zergling left trying to take out that Nexus. Can't do it. Gets absolutely massacred, and that is the end of it. So 3rd base is up for FizBen. Nothing has really happened here, though. I'd like to see some drones, if at all possible. I'm not sure what FizBen is doing, where his attention is currently, but it is not definitely not trying to saturate that 3rd base. So Hydralisk Den coming up, muscular augments on the way. So we saw that Void Ray and said, you know what I need? I need Hydras. So okay, fair enough. Gonna get that muscular augments upgrade to increase the movement speed of Hydralisks by 25% and their attack range by 1. Really good upgrade. Should always definitely get that if you are a Zerg player. Creep spread now beginning for FizBen here at the 9-minute mark. It's a little bit late, but again, it's silver level. I think we can forgive him for that one. Has both of these extractors here. It is natural. Again, a little bit late. You really need a lot of gas as a Zerg player. As we can see, 2,500 minerals versus 300 gas. Protoss, meanwhile, at 300 minerals and 1,100 gas. So just kind of both starved for the resource the other one has too much of. Second base, not really taking a third base quite yet. Resources, harvesters, 35 to 45 right now. Look at this. Protoss is still up, despite the fact that he's lost 13 workers. He's still up, just absolutely staying on top of that probes and pylons game. Oh, you know what else has happened here? I don't think Kofu has scouted at all. Nope, look at that mini-map down there. Has not scouted anything. Has no idea what tech structures the Zerg player has. Has no idea what bases he's taken. As an Ultralisk, look, Ultralisk Cavern. Ding! No idea it's there because you're not scouting. Alright, so lower players always scout. And as you are a Protoss player, Kofu, I would recommend using this observer. It is, oh, it's a flying spy. Has it always said flying spy? I don't remember it ever saying that before, but anyway, it's a flying spy. Cloak renders this unit invisible to enemies without detection. So pretty fancy stuff. You can send that observer down to scout things out in your Zergy base. As long as there's not a spore crawler nearby or an overseer, you're probably going to be okay. So don't be afraid to do that, Kofu. I know you've been under attack a lot this game and you're feeling pretty stressed out, but in the end, scouting is more important than almost anything else you will do in this game. Get your macro up, get your scouting on, and you'll be good to go. So right now it's 87 and 94 total supply. It's pretty fairly even as far as that goes. Injects are available on that queen. Just now popping though. I think that was a round that just happened all at the same time there for FizBen. And Corruptors are on the way. Okay. I like the Corruptor. Corruptor's very good against Colossus for sure. And, oh, carriers. What the? When did we get carriers? Alright, Kofu has carriers. Ladies and gentlemen, definitely has a fleet beacon somewhere then. Where is that thing? There it is. There's the fleet beacon. An ion pulse crystals for the Phoenix. Graviton catapult for the carrier. We'll have to see if any upgrades come out of those guys. Single Roach trying to prevent the construction and the warping of this Nexus. Can he get it? Is he going to be able to get it? Nope. Gets burned alive by like 8 Colossus. Okay, 3. But it felt like 8 to that Roach. He was so intimidated. Fourth base on the way for FizBen as the third base is being taken. So both players kind of, I mean, their timings aren't perfect, but in relation to where the other player is, they're not that bad. MMR did a good job matching up these players, I'd have to say. Was that? Ooh. Alright, so more Colossus now on the way here. Or Colossus. Corruptors on the way. Chitinous plating being researched by FizBen and +3 melee attack and pathogen glands. Is he actually getting infestors and not just using the infestation pit for a hive? Seems possible to me. We could actually see infestors in this game. I think that'd be the first time we've seen that in an Into the Void match on my channel. Anyway, maybe some other Bronze League heroes saw it, but I am going to be doubtful of that one. Alright, 121 to 107 total supply. FizBen is definitely up to this point, making a lot of stuff right now. Adrenal glands, +1 flyer attack, pathogen glands, more Corruptors. What does he need more Corruptors for? I guess to deal with the carriers that are continuing to be pumped out by Kofu. Alright, getting that Graviton Catapult increases the speed at which interceptors are released from the carrier. It's a very, very nice upgrade to get if you're getting a lot of carriers. As Protoss, I recommend you go for that one. Colossus count looking okay. There's another one on the way here too. Upgrades, no upgrades whatsoever, which is actually going to be a problem considering how well upgraded our Zerg army is right now. +1 flyer attack, just about to finish. These lings are +2, +3. The Ultras, of which there are currently 0, have chitinous plating. Why doesn't FizBen have any Ultras? He's not maxed out. He has a lot of gas. He has, again, basically fully upgraded Ultras at his disposal if he wants to make them, and has not chosen to do so. He's going to try to win this game with Mass Corruptor, it would seem. Which, again, good, because look at this. Corruptors do 20 damage versus Massive. And guess what's Massive? Colossus and Carriers. Both of them are massive units. Finally making a Mothership core here for the first time at the 14-minute mark is Kofu. Has no need for a Mothership core to this point. Does not need Photon Overcharge. Does not need anything at all. But making one now just in case. More and more carriers being warped in here. 165 to 143 a total supply. Lings are scouting across the map, trying to see what they can see. You can't scout these bases unless you can kill these debris. Lings, you can do it. Get in there. Get in there, Lings. Nope, not going to happen. Lings, same thing over here. Same story, Lings. You got to kill the debris if you want to check for this gold base and see if anything is there. Because if something is there, that's a bad feeling. Lings checking for this. Nothing at that particular location. And gonna, yep, just run right across this ramp and check for a Nexus here they can kill. There's not one. There's not one there. And, man, if they run up there, they're going to die. But they might get a good scout off. I mean, for now, they're just kind of hanging out. I'm not sure if the Lings, the attention is not being paid there by FizBen. Getting +3 Carapace. There it is. So +3 ground Carapace. Despite the fact there are 800 Corruptors and no actual Ultras. Whoop, Carriers taking out these Zerglings. Okay, so what that does for Kofu is it reveals the fact that he has Carriers to his opponent. So FizBen now knows there are Carriers, which has to make him happy because, again, this many Corruptors, which is currently 18, is really tough to deal with. But now making 19 Roaches. Why are you making 19 Roaches? Okay, so he's getting Burrow. Is going Burrow move Roaches? I mean, the thing is, Roaches are terrible against this many Colossus. They're terrible against Carriers because, again, they can't shoot up. Lings did knock down this debris eventually, but never actually checked to see if there was a gold base there, which is kind of funny. In production, continuing to make Carriers, continuing to make Colossus and a Mothership. Kofu's making a Mothership, ladies and gentlemen. Haven't seen one of these for a while either. So it upgrades from the Mothership core and basically does everything the Mothership core can do. Time Warp, Mass Recall, Photon Overcharge, but also cloaks nearby units and is huge. And is a very nice target for Corruptors, actually. So I'm not sure how long this Mothership is going to live based on this Corruptor count that we have, especially considering they have +1 attack, +2, or +1 has been completed. And there's the Burrow move, Tunnel Claws. What? All right, FizBen, Burrow Roach is your prerogative. And pumping up double Spire now. Wait. Why is he getting 3 Spires? You only need 2. Did he? Oh, there's the Spire. He's making 2 more. He has some idle workers here he could put to work if he wanted to, taking another base here too. Pop! There it is. These workers are ready to go. Ah, good job, workers. Good job indeed. I like the Overlord placement here. It's not bad. I'd like to see something over here to make sure nothing comes along that side to destroy him. But again, Kofu still hasn't left his base, which is just, it's so difficult to win if you never lose your base in StarCraft 2. If you never leave your base in StarCraft 2. Just because there are so many other places your opponents can expand, they'll keep running new armies at you, even if you can defend pretty well, as it looks like Kofu can. I mean, this is really good ground splash, really good air attacks. I love the Mothership for the cloaking here. So cool. But I don't know in the long run if he can just sit here and hope to win. Alright, so a Ling Roach counterattack. +2 Acid Saliva is here, so +2 missile attack has been researched on these Roaches. And they have Burrow moves, so I mean, I guess... Oh, wait, nope, cannons. Cannons are coming up here for Kofu. Does he have any? He has here 2. We know we have this cannon in this main, so I'm not sure what they think they're going to accomplish. The Lings run right on in. I guess they're going to try to take a Stalker with them. Can they get it? No. No, they can't even get a single Stalker. It's a distraction. It's a distraction, and their Roaches... Oh, man. Oh, man, getting absolutely massacred here. Getting destroyed by so many Colossus, so many Carriers. They do kill a cannon. They're trying to kill this Nexus with their Acid Saliva. Can they even get its shields down? Yes, they get the shields down, but there are only 2 or 3 of them left. Now the Roaches are completely gone. Burrow Roach, maybe not the greatest thing. What I was trying to say there is that the range of photon cannons they can attack is actually shorter than the range at which they detect. So you notice that cannon was up here, could not have hit these Roaches, but could see it nonetheless. That range is actually pretty far for detection. Not even sure if it actually specifies that here. Range 7, yeah, that's the attack range. Yeah, it doesn't actually say how far that detector range is, which is kind of a problem. And lo and behold, an observer. Here at the 18-minute mark, Kofu has made an observer. What for? To go and see what is going on in the Zerg lands. 200 to 194 total supply, more cannons, and actually getting upgrades is Kofu. What? +1 air armor, +1 flyer carapace, and now finally making ultras is FizBen, but he's maxed out. Can't really make any more than that. Observer finally says, okay, there's a base here, and he sees the ultras pop out. This observer is worth his weight in gold already, and sees the 100,000 corruptors. What is that? 31 Corruptors, 8 Vipers. When did he make 8 Vipers? Whoa, consume being used. Mass consume from FizBen. Is he going to take this macro hatch entirely out? He might just do it. I love the macro hatch, by the way. As a lower level player, it's hard to keep up with your injects and hard to spend your money fast in Legacy of the Void. So having a macro hatch is actually pretty good. All right, so the Vipers, I guess this is going to be Parasitic Bomb. I mean, it's pretty much a Sky Toss army. There are a lot of Colossus here, too. Blinding Cloud might be good on the Colossus just to move them to melee range. But again, everything he has on the ground is melee, so that doesn't help very much either. throwing up some static defense and actually moving out for the first time is Kofu. The Observer has given him courage. And here comes the army. We're going to move out just a little bit here. Here it is, taking down that static defense. The Lings run right on in. They're going to get massacred immediately. Oh, they don't. They actually stay behind. The Corruptors take down the Mothership. Now they're trying to focus down some Colossus here. But no, the Interceptors are distracting them. Oh, Interceptors. As all the Lings get completely massacred, they're on the ground. A single Ultra ends up falling there too. Corruptors are dying to Stalkers. Another Ultra trundles on in to try to deal some damage. But man, I mean, the armor is good, but it's not enough. Does get taken down there too. The Corruptors are absolutely being confused by these Interceptors, but there aren't very many Interceptors left. And there comes the Parasitic Bomb. Woo! Mass Parasitic Bomb being tossed on all of these units here. The carriers are taking so much damage and not even splitting that well either. Are there any Interceptors left on the field? There are... Yeah, there was one, but not anymore. Wow, all the carriers are gone. Now going after these Colossus. The Stalkers should really stop. And try to assist their brethren Colossus here. But instead, it's every man for themselves. The Colossus rocking their way home, but getting destroyed at the same time. And the Corruptors with that +2 attack. Very good. +3 attack now on the Corruptors. Some Stalkers getting mixed on in. They might be able to just take out this Corruptor Ball if they don't move out of the way. But look at all the Ultras. 5 more Ultras in production. Broodlord's coming up too. FizBen is tier 3ing this Protoss everywhere. 197 to 107 total supply. Not looking good for a Protoss hero. Morphing in more Colossus. Morphing in some Void Rays, which are good. I mean, Void Rays are pretty good against Corruptors as they are armored. And the Ultras set off this battle. The cannons immediately fall. Again, these are fully upgraded Ultras, ladies and gentlemen. This Void Ray trying to deal with them all by its lonesome. Stalker's not doing much at all. The Corruptors come in from the south side and say, goodbye, Mr. Void Ray. Thank you so much for playing. But nope. Transferring probes, getting massacred there too. The Broodlords are throwing down their Broodlings. This base is under complete lockdown. Warping in are some Stalkers, but there's nothing. I don't know there's anything that Kofu can really do here. There's Broodlords. There are Corruptors. There are Ultras. This composition for FizBen is just amazing, and that's it. A GG from Kofu. Kofu calls the GG. Caustic Spray being used as well, but that's it. Kofu's defeated, FizBen's victorious, and Kofu has left the game. Well, so FizBen, with that opener, I wasn't quite sure it was going to turn into the game that it was. I thought maybe the Lings would just do too much damage to allow Kofu to come back, but in the end, both players were completely maxed out. Caustic Spray being used here too. I was really impressed with FizBen's ability to get upgrades. Again, to get a good composition with the Ultras, the Corruptors, and the Broodlords. Just, I don't know. How do you handle that as Protoss? I mean, I'm trying to think. Maybe Immortals on the ground to deal with the Ultras that are covered by Void Rays, I guess. I mean, Void Rays are good against Corruptors, again, because of that prismatic alignment. And maybe some Stalkers too, but in the end, not enough from Kofu. FizBen took the win. APM for these players, under 100. So, I mean, this shows you what you can do at these levels. Neither player very fast, but pretty good decisions made overall. Again, I'd like to see more upgrades from Kofu in the end, but FizBen just had it going on, and took the win here on our weekly Into the Void. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void. find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on, looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars, you're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, and you're running into the void. You go searching into the void. And you're running into the void.